Yo, what's up guys? So today's video is going to be a little bit different. We're not really going to do a hunt today. It's going to be more of an instructional video by request. So this video is going to be how to assemble and use the Simplex. So let's assume that this thing just came out of the box, right? And you want to put it together. Now, if I remember right, these pieces come inside of each other like this for some reason. So what you're going to want to do is you're just going to want to take it out. You're going to want to, line it up. You can see it only goes in one way. So we'll go ahead and put that in there like that. Same thing with this piece. Yeah, I'm doing this on the hood of my car, sorry. Same thing with this piece. Just goes right in the only way it fits. And you put these down to lock it in. Cool. Yeah, so it comes with 3 of these. One is an extra, so don't worry about if you can't figure out where it goes because it doesn't go anywhere. So it goes just like this. You see it? A bit larger on one side. The smaller side goes in here. Same thing on the other side, right? Then you have your coil, right? So that's going to go in between your coil, right in the middle. Now you have this piece, right? It comes with this square thing, and the little plastic wing nut. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna put your square piece on this end where the little half wing nut is, I guess you call it. And just go ahead and slide that right on in there. I know I'm not filming this like the best way, but if I can do this, low budget, no budget, then you can definitely do it too. So we're gonna screw that on. And you'll see the square thing only fits in one side of the coil. It has a little square. You can't mess that up. So that goes through there. And we just put this on. You don't got to tighten it all the way because it's plastic. Remember, you don't want to break this. The reason it's plastic, it's because it's a metal detector. You can't have a metal screw. So yeah, just do it kind of finger tight. Nothing too crazy. You want it to have some kind of movement to it, but you don't want it to be all floppy. So just make sure it's kind of snug. You want to be able to move it. Now you have this thing. This is your strap that goes over your arm. So take this. There's one side that's like thinner, and then this side has like kind of a notch. It's kind of thick. So what you do is you just take the side that's thinner, you go through this side, and then straight through the other side. Pull it all the way through actually till it's right at the end. You see how it doesn't go through? Catches there, and then you just fold it over. I like to just leave it pretty much as loose as it goes so you can get in and out of it pretty easily, So now that that's set up, we're gonna wrap the cable around the pole, or the shaft of the machine, I guess you want to call it. So what you do is just, simply wrap it around. You don't got to go super tight. I definitely would say wrap it tighter than leaving it loose. And then this screws in down here. You can see there's a notch in it. It only fits in one way. So just slide right in there and then you screw it in. Pretty easy, yeah. So you're gonna notice that it comes with these little Velcro things on here. Some people tear them off and throw them away. I like to leave them on because it's just gonna hold your cable in place a little better, especially this one at the top. I like to just secure it. Just give it an old wrap around right at the top there. Nothing too crazy, right? Cool. So that's pretty simple, right? And I like to leave a little bit of like play down here so it can move around, so it's not super tight. Sometimes if you do it too tight, you're gonna be stuck like that or like that. So leave it a little loose down there, but not flopping around. Okay, so now we're turning on the machine. So right here's the power button. You're gonna hold that down until you see the screen light up. It's gonna say Simplex Plus. So you can see like the modes here. Maybe you can see the modes. I can see the modes. Can you see the modes? So this is how you navigate. This is your left button, your right button, And when you're on the main screen, when you hit those, it cycles through the modes. So you got field mode, the first one. Second one's park 1, which is what I use mostly, pretty much anywhere, usually even the beach too. Park 2, which is good for like trashier areas, I think. Beach mode, which is basically park mode, but more stuff is notched out. And all metal mode, which is basically beach mode. You can hear the threshold sound on that. So for purposes of the video, we're just going to leave it in park 1. So if you want to get into the menu, you're going to go over here to this button on the right hand side. Sorry if this is hard to see. You're going to hit that, and that's going to be your volume. Yeah, so when you're in the volume, you just use your left and right to turn it up and down. I usually leave it around 2 or half. To cycle through your menu, you just keep hitting the menu button. That's your iron volume. So if you don't want to hear iron, you could turn it down. If you want to hear more iron, like if you're relic hunting, just turn it up. Next one is, I forget what this one is. I don't read the instructions. This isn't the most instructional video. This is the like, I just got this thing and I want to use it today video. So yeah, this second to last one here, that is the screen brightness. So A1, A2, A3, that's auto. Or you can turn it just on all the time. So when you have those buttons up, that means it's all the way bright all the time. I like to put it on A1 or just have it off completely, which is nothing is highlighted. And then the next one's your flashlight. So you can just left or right, turns that on and off. The flashlight's great feature if you're hunting at night. It's bright enough, but not overly bright. So we're gonna just leave that off for now. Yeah, so this right here is your sensitivity. I like to turn it down to like 2 from the top in most cases. Or if you're in a real chattery, trashy area, I turn it down to only 2. Especially if we're going for shallow stuff. So for this video, we're gonna leave it 2 from the top. And now you see at this side, there's some iron right here. This is your depth. Each little arrow is about 2 inches. Your battery is this one. If you guys, I don't even know if you guys can see this, I hope so. But yeah, your battery is here, it's pretty straightforward. And this one I think is like, kind of like a Faro check kind of thing, but I've honestly never used it. So that's pretty much it, straightforward there. So we're gonna get into like a little bit of like target ID. So here's some change here. And then here's a rusty bottle cap. This can go here. And this is a silver ring. And this is gonna go like right here. So we'll see what these things sound like. So first of all, target ID is gonna show up right here in the middle. So when you swing over something, watch. You see how the numbers are going crazy on that one? And you hear those grunts, those that means it's iron. Now look at the silver ring, watch. You hear that, how clean that is? How the VDI stays around one solid number, or within the range of like 3 numbers usually. That's how you know. So that's a good sounding target. That's a trashy sounding target, right? Again, good target. Bad target. So I'm gonna pick up this ring before I forget that it's out here. Cool, so target ID. So we got a quarter right here. Quarters are usually loud. They're usually around a 90 on the Simplex. You hear that? That's a high tone right there. And if you're not sure where it is, you got to remember to swing. You can't just kind of walk like that. You got to swing. So when you go over it, it's going to hit one side and the other side. So say like you don't know where it is, right? You know, is it here? Is it there? Where is it? So just narrow that swing down. And I think the sweet spot on the simplex coil, like most people think it's dead center right under the shaft, but I would say like your target most of the time when you pinpoint is going to be somewhere in this region, you know, on the simplex at least. So that brings us to our next thing, is pinpoint. So that's going to be this button right here. This is the button that you accept or deny on the menu, but it's also your pinpoint button. So what you do is and it's also your mute button too. So when you want to pinpoint, you just hold that down and it brings up this little target. And the closer you get to your thing, the smaller this target gets. So notice it's like a bunch of rings, watch. It just goes down to the dot. Also your mute button, if you want to mute everything, just tap it once and you'll see the no audio sign come up. Nothing makes noise though, it doesn't even give you a VDI. So be careful that you're not on this and swinging around thinking, oh, there's nothing here. So yeah, this is what a quarter sounds like. Between 89, 91. Sometimes it'll hit up as far as a 96, but often the times 96 is usually just the side of big iron. Usually nothing good. So then we have our next target. Here's a nickel. Notice it's at like 31, 32. Sometimes it bounces up to a 40, but it's usually going to be around 30, 31 for the most part. And what makes that super fun is gold and these bad boys, pull tabs. I was going to bring a gold ring to show you, but these things, pull tabs, sound just like a nickel. Okay, then we got the dime here. See how it has that triple tap sound? Usually dimes on the simplex kind of have that sound. And they usually come in around 77, 78 for the most part. That's pretty common. Next is the zinc penny, our least favorite. Now that triple tap sound is going to kind of happen whenever you have a shallow target, no matter what it is. Sounds like Morse code a little bit. Zinc pennies are going to be around 67, 68 for the most part. The copper pennies and wheat pennies tend to read a little higher because it's actual good quality metal. And then back to our bottle cap here. You hear the difference? It's got that grunt. And I don't know if you can see that this side, watch. You'll see some bars appear right there when you're around iron. That's kind of like a primitive faro check, pretty much. So that should let you know when you got some crud. But yeah, we'll swing around and just hear what the ground sounds like. So ground balance. Yeah, so when you go to the menu, you can go to ground balance and you hit this button here on the left, the accept or deny. And you could hear it kind of make noise. You kind of hold this button in and go up and down. And you'll hear that beep when it's kind of where it needs to be. Or you can hold these buttons. You hold it down and you can manually adjust it. But if you're on grass like this, I recommend just leaving it as is at 90 or doing the auto ground balance. So that gets me around 56. And you could hear the buzz kind of goes away. And that's what you want. All right, let's swing around this field here. So you're gonna get a little bit of chatter with the simplex. And that's normal. See, there's probably a pull tab or something right there. And if you want to turn down that chatteriness, you could turn down your sensitivity a little bit. See, you lose depth obviously, but I like to run sensitivity around half or a little more. So I'm not gonna dig anything because I'm in a white sweatshirt and I don't have my bag or my tools with me. But yeah, see, that's what it sounds like. You get over a target. Oh, there's a quarter in there. Quarter. Yeah, there's definitely something here. And this is what all metal mode sounds like. It's kind of crunchy. But some people like that. It's okay for the beach. But anyway, see, you'll hear the simplex, it'll beep. It'll make little chatters as you go. That's normal. Don't think every little noise is a target. You'll know when you hit a target. See, you will know when you hit a target. Watch. That's a target for sure. See, that's a target. It's a quarter. So yeah, that's the bare bones, out of the box basics for the simplex. The more you use it, the easier it's gonna get. This is a very simple machine to use. There's nothing difficult about this machine. It's durable, it's cheap, it's very capable. The separation is great. I've found a lot of good things with this machine. I really like it. It just doesn't do good if you're getting it for the saltwater beach. It does not do good on the saltwater beach, so keep that in mind. Like if you live in California or Florida or somewhere where you can hunt beaches kind of year round, this might not be the machine for you unless you only want to go in the dry sand. So that's about it. Pretty straightforward. If you have any questions further, definitely ask me in the comments. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to do a quick one. And yeah, this is how you turn it off. Hold that down. Good night. But yeah, I just wanted to do a quick one because I figured it's, you know, holiday season and probably a lot of people are going to be getting their first metal detectors. And, you know, with the price and quality of the simplex, I figure a lot of people are going to be getting a simplex. I hope that helped you out. Please comment with any additional questions, concerns, tips, tricks that you may have. And yeah, so thank you for watching. I hope this helps somebody. Yeah, right on, guys. So thank you so much, and we will see you on the next one. Peace.